Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morningstar, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No?
All right.
Let me repeat. I
wasn't
know
always a
what I'm
lecturer
doing,
in a
and I wish to
university.
help.
I get it.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers? Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
A bit of a vigilante on
Aggressive
the
ones, I'm
side.
guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's go, pal.
Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
Yeah, no sweat, mate. This one is definitely for free.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Come on, you'll just drown us. So what help about? You're supposed to be knowing what you're doing, aren't you? Oh, we have a thing. We have to loot everything. Let's have a look. We have grape shot, Immaterium. We should swap that out, I think. For I like Northern Wind, actually. I should probably try Devil's Puffball because that's the upgraded version. So we'll go with this for now. Oh, wrong sign. Square down.
How long you gonna make me wait?
What was it? Fire, wasn't it? Oh! Whoa! No way! Ah! Twice now. Why is he screaming help? I thought he knew what he was doing. Right, before we carry on, that was embarrassing. And you just nudged me. And I have the wrong quest selected. Yeah, there we go. Not quite sure how that happened, but yeah, right. So, for the most part, Necro and Gwen. That water hag seemed suddenly a lot more dangerous than I remember. Was that system lag or...
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Yeah.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Yeah. Whoever does this, I mean, it's a crime of real hate, isn't it? Now, I'm not sure how well he'd have done down here on his own with just a crossbow. This is definitely more of a sword type place.
Take the ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Okay, I'm following you then. Ish. No?
Human. Wrong body type.
Okay. Can we get up here or? Looks kind of dwarven.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood?
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Oh, genitals? Okay, let's start
His
at the...
genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
Okay.
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen. Toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor.
You think you'd have the similar sense of humour, Geralt?
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
Okay, torso.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Okay, check
Open the
inside.
abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
Okay, let's have a look at the scar.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Okay, chest wound.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Okay, let's carry on. Right, let's have a look at his head.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
See if there's anything left in his mouth.
Burns. Blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
Anything in the eye
Those burn
sockets?
marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Oh, boy. Let's look at something else. Okay.
All right. Think I know enough.
We've done all those.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the
Honestly,
motive
neither
might
have
been.
I, but Geralt might. This was punishment. This was a ritual murder. Punishment. Keeping them alive sort of sounds like a
Sure
punishment
of
to
one
me.
thing. This was punishment.
Even the witch hunters don't engage in this kind of torture. What sin could possibly merit it?
Only the murderer knows that. And it's the key to finding him. Or her. It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
Okay.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
Is he a
You've
vampire
not changed
then?
a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Woodcarver's
Vampire or
body.
something.
Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
I recognise you, pal.
did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
He, I'm sure,
Why'd
was
you
the
cover for us?
priest.
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
Yeah,
A
what is he?
scoundrel, a rogue, like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer, delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job.
Could have told us
Might
you
have
knew
told
him.
me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
I decide when we're done with this subject. What's your connection to him?
An old story, but if you insist. The student protests in 1242, you've heard of them? I led them. Hubert, however, denounced me to the authorities. I landed in prison. There you have it. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
I'm more concerned about the other guy not aging for 30 years. Right. This got a lot more interesting very quick. Now then. Let's take a look. We've got a character entry. Characters. Okay. Yeah, that was who Siri saw. Oh, yeah, we eavesdropped. Right, Hubert. Overworking, harassment, likable superior, Reverend Nathaniel. Thus, no surprise, he came across as unpleasant, sarcastic. Furthermore, okay. Oh, let's take a look. Where are our targets? Find. It dropped me to that one first. Let's look at the quest itself. Investigate the alley. Yeah, okay, let's start with that. Investigate the alley. Yeah. So let's do it the way the game wants us to do it.
I've got to piss like a racehorse.
That might make more sense. Besides, if people know we're looking into things, you know, they might be nipping back to certain areas and tidying up. Better they don't know until it's time to ask them.
Eternal fire. Father
So,
of all.
how'd it go with this healer?
He
I
almost
was
failed.
faffing a bit up minding my own business
This
when
the alley?
suddenly up he pops and heals me.
Another freak.
Celebrity one minute, next thing I know I'm
No. Is this the right place?
Anyone home?
Begun, or I'll sick me hounds on ye. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on in. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft. Even I'm scared of them. But better barking dog than an evil man at your door.
Got someone particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. Soon as
Yeah.
they'd hauled his corpse off, I run to a mate who raises fighting dogs. Bought these two mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
Okay, and you will.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Did he
Your
have
brother
any
have any
enemies?
enemies?
Yeah.
Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, he were a good dwarf. Craftsman like no other. But he were an incorrigible whoremonger as well.
Yeah,
Whenever
we
we pulled a
gathered.
bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pont said a fever took her.
It might have been syphilis as well. Okay.
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag.
It'll be you
But
next,
the
mate.
smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. What do they care about some dwarf?
Okay.
Fine. We've talked enough.
You go back to your
Need to
dogs.
look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Oh, we'll be wary of the dogs. Yeah, what have we got here?
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Murderer dragged something heavy. Dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
I've just examined.
Statues of the old gods.
Oh, there we go.
Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
This is a bit of a strange crime. Concerned citizen sermon. Okay. Remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. Fire can warm with its flames. Fire can prepare our nourishment. Fire can drive off the horrors of the dark. Yet fire can also scorch, burn, and incinerate. That is why we must live in harmony with the eternal fire and its commandments. Whoever fails to heed its lessons, whoever lives in ignorance of it, whoever mocks it, in the same shall lose his life in its flames. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your Yeah. So he was hacked to pieces somewhere else, I think. That's what this dragging is about.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. You don't need to shove me aside. I understand you're upset. Okay, rolling around like... Okay, what we...
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death.
Yeah, I can see
Unless somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind.
Okay,
The
chair.
furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
Ah. Okay, and then what's this?
Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it.
Yeah, why would he? Okay. We're not talking to that guy again, apparently. We're not following. I thought that was going to turn into a follow the smell. Okay.
Many thanks to you, Geralt. Miserable and hungry.
Someone said thanks. I don't know who it was. We're not... No, that's not the way. Okay, down here then.
Hey, handsome.
Yeah, hey.
I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
It does stink. I know from personal experience. When I was
A
in
brazier. This
school,
time of year.
they had a lab.
Man's footprint. The murderer's, maybe.
How am I to
Weight
know?
on his heel.
Watch him, see what
Can
he
you
does.
not
Step
talk while
back.
Geralt is doing stuff?
Now left!
What?
That's it, you're in for it!
For what? I don't know why they're all upset. What the hell
Come
is
on,
your
come closer.
problem? Okay, can't take out my sword. Oh, God, why are they all wound up? What's the problem? I'm just looking around an alley.
Kill the whole set.
Why? That's what I don't get. Oh, God. I don't get why I can't... Yeah? We're backing off now. Good. Go home.
That's it, you're in for it. Help me!
Make your mind up. I've got stuff to do.
No! Take him from the back! You're coward!
Go on. Go home. This is going to stop me doing what I need to do.
Time
which is...
to end this.
Yes, just end it. Now, why the hell they've all... Did I do something to...
Now left! Left!
This is kind of ridiculous.
No!
Right, if I get my sword up... Yeah, you're unarmed, so go. Yeah?
Help me!
Can I just...
That's it.
Time to end this.
Bloody hell. Son of a whore.
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Okay, so you're friends with Priscilla?
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Right. Well, sorry about your brothers, but hey.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally. We'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Yeah, sorry about the one I accidentally burned to death.
Head's ringing. Awful pale. Oh, you scared?
You can't help some people, can you?
Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way. Human. Priscilla's.
Well, can't you tell with your witchiness?
Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Tell you what, I could. Not in one bound, I grant you, no, I'd kind of... Well, I'd climb it. I'd start there. You see, that's a rough surface, and then you've got some pretty decent niches up there, and then sort of spider up in the right angle. Did I mention we have mountains in Wales? Yeah, there you go. Remember, it's the same crap again. Same bloody internal fires.
Novigrad's not your stomping ground.
Find Eustace the corpse collector. Hopefully her brother's not permanently dead. But yeah, I'm thinking that Priscilla will probably be lucky if she can even talk again, let alone sing. Yeah, the little white line had given up there. It had formed a little pretty loop of I don't know. Now apparently, guy we want's right here. But before we do that, let's just...
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Fair enough. I just want to talk to this guy first, so before we go, do a bit of this. Apparently. There we go.
Poor Lydica. What happened here?
Monsters must have run him down.
There's
swarms in the sea now.
She waved to me.
Best stay home after that dark. Sort of talk, you know. By your door, by your windows. Knife wounds means bandits dropped them.
Same again, or?
Bloody bandits can't go out in the streets no more.
Okay, this is pretty terrible. Eustace.
You Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue?
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no art, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of the...
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
Yeah, I really don't want to think about what he was going to do with pieces of someone called Slippery Sow.
Cost an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
Talk. What did you find on him?
I had you wish.
Yeah, there you go, good boy.
Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded wing, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
He probably can't read, though.
I care what happens to some Priscilla. We short of wenches in this town.
Yeah, I think it was about time for one of them.
Fucking hell, what was that for?
For everything.
Yeah. Right. So now... Where is it? It's not there, is it? No. Talk to the coroner. I'm assuming that's not... Yeah, this looks like it. Yeah.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Let's see what he actually has to say. In this one or the next one? Oh, he's here. Yeah. I'm thinking vampire, you know.
Geralt, right?
Vampire.
I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
Let's just
Not
pick his
fond of Nathaniel?
brains a
Very few
little
people
bit.
are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom. Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah,
not
mortal
difficult.
sin in Novigrad.
So Von Gratz told me about you.
Von Gratz told me all about you.
Ah. Doubtless you've heard how I had the noble leader of the student protesters thrown in prison. But did you hear the protests were far from peaceful? Or did he neglect to mention it? People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision. Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
Choosing the lesser evil can be hard at times. Happen to know a thing or two about that.
In that respect, this work has its benefits. I couldn't possibly hurt anyone here if I tried.
Oh, no, I wanted to... Let's go back to that.
Von Gratz told me all about you.
Ah. Doubtless you've heard how
Yes,
I had
yes.
People were dying, Witcher.
Yes, and...
Joachim had been my favorite student.
Yes.
Whereas Joachim...
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the
How
one.
old's Von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
Yeah, it's also not believing you. I think he's a vampire, and we can't detect vampires.
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment. Made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Okay. Letter found on... Concerned citizen. Guess we're going back out to the bloody Vegelbuds then. Again.
Till next time, Master.
At least you're not an arse. So the reason Geralt was attacked by those poor townsfolk was it they were her brothers. Sort of feel quite bad for doing that with one of them, but they all seem to be alive again right afterwards, so they only meant to be that. The weird thing was they got his sword out and they backed off. And I thought that would have been the end of it. It's like, oh, hang on, he has got swords. 2 of them, in fact. So, I thought, oh yeah, you know, they've seen sense. No. As soon as he put it away, they're like, okay, get him now. Like, he wouldn't just get the sword out a second time. Yeah, it's a little bit silly.
I haven't the strength for anything.
Sunbeam gets a bit much. I take it we can't ride the horse into here. No.
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, I'll throw my arse out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Okay.
Oh, Geralt. What a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now. I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our gods.
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious.
Right, so.
Please, follow me.
Okay.
A fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Yeah, come on.
Did I hang the wash or not? Hear that? Calm and quiet.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
Oh! He ran out the other door! Catch him!
No. Okay.
Not a headache.
Spread out! Murderer's still here!
Where is he?
There he is! Get him!
No, that's not me. Come on, where's he gone? Oh, you're kidding. They think it's Geralt. Oh.
Eat dirt!
Well, how long you gonna make me wait?
Now, the guy is going to get away now. You know that. I'm wasting my time with you guys. Whoa! Oh, nasty. Oh, God. Do I have to kill all of them, or have you realised yet that we're here to help? All gone dark.
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery! Taking you to the heiress!
Right, he's got away now.
Well, Killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once!
Told you.
Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
I think
because
it
she
is.
blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
Yeah. It's pretty grim.
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name but the place too. Won't get away this time.
Hopefully not. Remember, good people, fire devours everything is past. Whoever breaks its commandment and did not choose counsel, whoever worships false gods, and the same. You know, religion's got a lot to answer for when people do this with it. Where's my horse gone? Should be outside this gate, I think. Isn't this where we left him? Come on. We'll run further away, then he should be able to teleport to us. Right, we've got to get to... apparently, someone called Sweet Nettie. I don't know who Sweet Nettie is, but obviously she's gonna die, or the guy's laying a trap for Geralt because he knows Geralt is chasing him.
Oh, I've had enough of living.
Plenty of ways to die here, my friend, unfortunately. Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, we've been in here before. We helped out the horse. Now
Sweet
what?
Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
You mean me to grab another lass
That
to
sounds
join us?
incredibly ominous. I think I'll be disturbing them.
We can go at it here, or at my place.
I'd give you
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
What, no foreplay? No formaldehyde? Coals in my eye sockets?
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
We got here pretty fast from the Vegelbuds, then.
You're mistaken, vagrant.
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to crippled Kate's, to sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know, but I see we must talk. Calmly.
Put that poker down and let her go.
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. But to Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
You'll untie her, drop your coin pouch on the table, then leave here and never come back.
Yes, I will.
Yes, you
Good
will.
Boy.
Why I'm letting you live, I'm not entirely sure. Can we... How do I... You're still here. Go away, because I want to untie it. How do I... Seriously, I can't untie her. I mean... Is this just a thing? I mean, she can't really give you a safe word with a gag in her mouth, can she? And people are into some really weird shit. That's all I can say.
Jolly. You're a vulgar one. Can see it in your face.
Go to the warehouse.
You're the oldest.
What? Oh God. What?
My dad told me.
Well, why are you a quest then?
Hates to do the laundry. That's what all those gentlemen do at the pub.
Oh, for
Get their laundry done.
I would have helped him.
Looked in the window once. They was all prancing round in their knickers. Eternal fire.
Well, he had a key. It obviously wasn't for that door. Ah, Jesus. We are just not having a great day, are we?
Thingy's punishable by death.
We just seem to have these micro quests everywhere that are just so unpredictable. I don't know what to do about them. You're not sure, like, who you should help or anything. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, it's bloody confusing.
Sister.
No? Okay, this probably won't be good.
Run out of formaldehyde.
I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel. Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword.
Oh, he is a vampire.
What are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat that...
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
Should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality. So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
So you're just batshit crazy.
There are other ways. Could have set up a soapbox in Hierarch Square, preached from it.
How funny. That's exactly what I did. But none listened. Instead they laughed. Threw stones. Give a thought to my victims. A lecherous woodcarver who'd spend his last copper on whores. An old countess who defiled symbols of the faith. A Trebirates for whom nothing was sacred, nothing above ridicule. They did not deserve to live.
Okay.
But their deaths could be a lesson to others. Awaken them, scare them onto the correct path, the path to the fire, to cleansing, to salvation. For you, I'm afraid it's too late. You are a man of little faith. I sense this.
But I'm pretty good with a sword.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Might not cut it.
Okay, this is gonna be tough. Oh dear. Right, we want the vampire oil. Hire vampires. What the hell can we use? And this guy is batshit crazy. Igni. Okay, so as well as that then, we've got Grape Shot and Dancing Star. Let's stay with the Moondust for now. Let's get Quenum. I see you. Whoop, stay out the way.
How long you gonna wait?
Whoop, get out the way, get out the way, Geralt. Can we get a turret up? Would it help? Quick, 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 quicker than that. Okay. Whoa! Okay, that's kind of helping. It's sandbagging him a bit. Ah! No, 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 no. Whoa. Oh, come on. Get out of the way. You need to get further out of the way. Oh, these guys are tough. Come on. Wait. And then. Got him. They're hard to fight, you know, they're so twitchy. Assassins, talk to Dandelion about Priscilla's condition. So he was a batshit crazy vampire. Yeah, another one of Radovid's bloody disciples. Right. Sod this lot. Let's see how Priscilla's doing. Oh, look. Fine. Which door did we come in? This one? Yeah, that'll do.
Mister, why are your eyes so strange?
Yeah, he was vampires are a lot of trouble, but he had a bit of a pattern to him that I kind of picked up on, so kind of managed that. Kind of managed that.
The wives miss me.
And when I started this, I said, oh, well, let's do this cabaret one before we get into anything serious. Really? Didn't want to do anything too serious. Thought it might be a bit of fun getting drunk with Dandelion and hearing some jokes and funny lines. Oh boy, I got that wrong.
What a smart jacket, Trev.
What is it, Grey Boy? Looking for adventure?
Ah, yeah, this is the hospital. See how stupid you guys look? Never mind. Upstairs, upstairs. This floor or the next floor? This one. Who am I talking to? Oh, there we go.
Better, right?
Yes.
Oh, she's talking. That's something.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. For me and Priscilla.
Did my part, now you need to look after it. Well, he does, yeah.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Broccolon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
I just hope she gets her voice back. She had a great
Good luck,
voice.
Dandelion. On stage and off.
Well, that turned out to be a bit epic.
Yes, Geralt?
Happen to know a woman called... What's... Let's go through
Know
this.
another surgeon from Oxenford Academy. Her name's Shawnee. Know her? Red hair, cropped short, freckles.
And a hopeless idealist. Naturally, I know her. She was my assistant for a year.
Any idea where she is now?
My gut tells me she's somewhere along the front, patching up pikemen. I told her it would be futile. In the time she saved 100 lives, another 1,000 would be lost. But medics with a mission, you can't argue with them.
Fair enough. So, yeah, why is the Oxford University
in
closed?
Oxenford closed?
Because it suits Radovid. You've not heard the story?
Oh, we've heard a lot of stories
The
about
rector
him.
wished to grant him an honorary doctorate. The faculty disagreed. Nonetheless, Radovid arrived for the ceremony, donned a gown, collected his diploma, and when it was over, imprisoned the deans and the entire academic senate so they wouldn't raise a stink.
I've been at Vilmerius Hospital ever since. But perhaps it's for the best. I'm far more adept, scalpel in hand, than I ever was behind a lectern.
Okay, and...
Hubert told me about your past. Even more vivid than I'd assumed.
I've not time for riddles, Geralt. Be straight or be gone.
Any truth to his claim that people died during the riots at the university? Died for your cause?
I was young and stupid. I thought a better future was worth any price. Even a human life or two. But those are past sins. Sins I've atoned for.
Fair enough. I kind of believe you.
Found and killed the murderer. It was Hubert. You were right not to trust him. He was a higher vampire.
I thought nothing could surprise me in Novigrad. Seems I was wrong. Deeply wrong. Thank you, Geralt. Were it not for you, this would never have ceased.
No, it wouldn't. Not for many years.
Farewell.
We actually talked to Priscilla, or...?
Sorry, Geralt. My throat's still quiet.
Say no more. Get well soon.
Okay. And Dandelion?
Geralt?
Oh, right, okay. Oh, God, that was awful. Right. Let's get out of here. And get stuck into the serious stuff, he says, comically. Yeah, about time.
Guards got themselves a brothel in the dungeon, where they keep the witches.
We went and got Umar. Yes, it is.